Hi there, my name is Sean Logue. This is my Jing for week 10 of my object-oriented programming class at Manchester Community College in the summer of 2018. So let's see. Last week, I focused a lot on just putting everything in the same file and getting it to work. And in doing so, I was really able to make a lot of progress in creating a program that works fairly well. What I did this week was I just kind of got even better at tying things together. I was able to add code to decrypt the file and to print out the final encrypted text at the end. I was also, or rather, I also added code to clear out all the files that I was using along the way. So that went pretty well. This past week 10 specifically, I added code that would let me get input from the user that would basically ask what file you want me to encrypt or decrypt. Now, I don't have code yet so that they can decide whether to encrypt or decrypt. I'll add that later, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I tested this out, and I used a different text file. And when I did that, I ran it, and I was missing a couple letters in my decrypted text. So the second word in the text that I decrypted was fights, and it was missing an I. And I noticed throughout the text it was missing every single I, but there wasn't a slot missing. So in other words, it wasn't like F and then a Z then GHTS. It was just FGHTS. So I'm still troubleshooting, trying to figure out exactly why I'm missing that letter. I'm also missing the letter B. I can't tell exactly why. I keep checking in all my dictionaries that I'm using throughout the program, and they all seem to work fine. So I think it's something to do with my encrypt function. However, I also found another bug with my program in that let's see, how could I explain this? When my decrypt function will decrypt the code that is encrypted already in my program, which actually isn't very useful because if you don't need to decrypt something that you already have the original of, I just ran it to see what would happen if I took out the encrypt file because I was trying to troubleshoot this problem. And it gave me the fully encrypted, like my decrypt file function encrypts something, just the reverse way that the encrypt file function works. So as you can see, this is unintelligible garbage instead of an actual decrypted text because the original isn't encrypted. So that's why I will need to specify whether I want to encrypt or decrypt. And also, I don't know if I'll need to change my function to account for that. I haven't fully thought that through. What you see here in these 74s, that's oh, I don't know why that went away. This is the length of the list that I'm using in my code. The length of the list that is being used as a dictionary. Oops, sorry about that. So as you can see, that's 74 the whole time. And I forget if it's supposed to be 73 or 74, but that all, if I need to change that in one spot, then I will. But I don't know why it seems to be missing characters. So let's see, if I put the encrypt back in, sorry, save that and then run 74s and then let it run. It takes a while because of all the added encrypts. My program does take a little while, so I think I could streamline it more to make it a little better. And it still does print out like this. I haven't fixed the fact that it prints out letter by letter, but as you'll see here, WHOEVER, that's whoever, FGHTS, that's supposed to be fights, but it's missing the I. I do have code at one point that, in my encrypt function, that replaces a double quote with just a space. Now that's because I couldn't read the file, because when I go to read it, it has double quotes everywhere in between every single letter, because that's how it encrypts it or writes it. So I'm wondering if maybe it's taking away the slot in my dictionary of the double quote. I forget if that's in our original list. So I'll have to somehow check that, but it does that as it reads it. So it's not like I can go to a spot and check it because this is never really instantiated anywhere. Anyway, this is my thoughts for the week. I have made significant progress, but I'm also creating problems as I'm making that progress, which seems like a classic programmer's dilemma. Anyway, I hope this works for my Jing. I hope you have a great Father's Day, and that's it. Thanks.